Okay, so today we're going to install Hermes Agent onto my Mac Mini here, as you can see. I've logged into a sandbox account in my Mac Mini so that this agent, when it's live, doesn't have access to any of my personal information, my Apple account information. And I think that's important when dealing with agents installed onto your own personal devices. So I would suggest doing that. As you can see, if I go into this Apple account, it is using an account that I called Zeek Agent. So it has no access to any of my information. I am logged into my Chrome account here on the browser, but as soon as this is done, I'm going to log out, so it doesn't have even access to that. So, like I said, today we're going to install Hermes Agent onto my Mac Mini and then give it a long-term memory store in Obsidian. So Obsidian is basically a repository of notes that is saved as regular text files. Now these text files are formatted using Markdown, and that's just an easy way to format it, but it's basically just text files. So we're going to use that for to have Hermes store any information that it learns that we want to make sure it continues to be able to explore and learn from as we use Hermes as our personal assistant, as like a colleague. So as you can see, I'm on the Hermes Agent website here at hermes-agent.newsresearch.com. On the front page, you'll see the one-line curl to install, but I'm not actually going to use that. I'm going to use the pip install that you can find in the docs and then quick start section. So if we go to getting started and then quick start, and I found better luck installing Hermes Agent with the pip install as opposed to the one-line curl for some reason. Here on my Mac Mini, pipx is actually what's installed out of the box. So I'm going to use pipx, which is the exact same thing. Hermes Agent, and hopefully it works there. I'm going to ignore this for now, and to make sure it works, it's been installed correctly, I'm going to type in Hermes post install, and voila, there we go. It's installed. So the next thing we're going to do, let me clear this, sorry, is I'm going to make sure that a model is connected to Hermes, so it actually has a brain. So here I'm going to say Hermes model. Right now, I already have OpenRouter connected. OpenRouter is great because it has access to not only just 100+ types of LLMs, it has access to frontier models like anything from Anthropic or anything from OpenAI, but also has free ones like this NVIDIA Nematron LLM, which is free. So that is good for me. I'm going to keep that. I'm going to use it, and then I'm going to go ahead and give it my first command. I'm going to test it out. So I'm going to type in Hermes, shows up. I'm going to say, hello, how are you today? Perfect. Looks like it's working. It's connecting to the Nematron, and it's saying it's doing great. And how can it assist me? So like I said, I'm going to use Obsidian as its long-term memory. I already have Obsidian installed, so you can see here. I have it installed. I have a vault that I've created called Win's Second Brain. As you can see here, there's nothing in it. I did create a little journal entry there just to test out to make sure Obsidian actually works. So I'm going to go ahead and just delete it. I'll add a new one afterwards. So for now, we'll make sure. So as you can see, it's completely empty. There's nothing in here. Brand new install, and I'm going to ask Hermes, to use Obsidian as its long-term memory store. I'm going to say I would like you to use my Obsidian vault as your long-term memory store to persist any memories that should be kept and be able to explore any memories that I would like to query whenever I ask questions or would like insights. Now, normally I wouldn't make a prompt this long when I'm just connecting Obsidian as a long-term memory store for Hermes Agent, but I found for these non-frontier models like Nemotron, you have to be a little bit more specific on what you want it to do. So that's just a tip when using non-frontier models like this Nemotron here. So I want to be specific in telling Hermes to use Obsidian as a way to not only store information, but to query information. So hopefully that works. Okay, so now I'm going to point my Hermes agent to the vault I wanted to use, which is this one. Okay, so it looked like it worked. As you can see, it says it's successfully configured Hermes agent to use my Obsidian vault. Now I'm going to do a little test. I'm going to open my Obsidian vault. I can see that it added its own note here to use this vault for its long-term memory. I'm going to add a note. I'm going to call it, actually, no, I'm going to call this note, I'm going to pretend that I use this as a journal entry. I'm going to add May 28th, 2026. Today I went to the park with my dog and got ice cream. I saw a friend for lunch. We had lasagna and pizza. I was really craving dessert, so had a cannoli. Not sure how to spell that, but there you go. So I'm going to save this as a simple just journal entry into my Obsidian vault, and let's see if Hermes Agent can pick that up if I ask it a question. So this is a live test. Let's see if I ask Hermes, what did I do last week? So as you can see, it's searching its files. It's going into the vault like we want it to. You can see it actually sees the markdown file I just created. Now it's reading it. And there you go. It says for my journal entry on May 28th, I went to the park with my dog, saw a friend for lunch, and had dessert. Awesome. Now the beautiful thing about Hermes Agent is that it's self-healing and self-learning. So as you continue to use it and you add memories into your Obsidian vault, it'll continue to learn and create its own skills. As you see it did up here when it created its own skills without me asking. So as I continue to use it, as I continue to add notes into my Obsidian vault, I will continue to teach my agent on what I want it to do, what I want it to learn about my life, and hopefully I can get some deep insights on things that I wouldn't see myself. All right, so there we go. We have installed Hermes Agent onto the Mac Mini, installed Obsidian, connecting them so that Hermes Agent uses my Obsidian Vault as its long-term memory store, and we did that in less than 15 minutes. So thank you. If you like this type of content, please feel free to like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.